Hi everybody, this is Tor Storley, and in this video I want to take you through a really cool application that relates to how you can colorize images that are in black and white or videos that are in black and white and restore them back to nice colored versions of themselves. And in this video, I will go through how you can actually use this model and do some really cool transformations of your old images. So you want to go to this address to find this GitHub repository. But what you want to do is there's a notebook for images and there's a notebook for video. So in this video, I'm going to cover images, and the next one we're going to cover videos. So all you have to do is, assuming you have a Colab repository available, meaning you need a Google account in order to work in Colab. So if not, create a Google Gmail account, etc., so you can open up in Colab. So you click here, and now this notebook will open up in your Colab repository here. So you can see that it's opened up in Colab. Take this notebook, do a file, and save a copy in your Google Drive if you have a Google Drive. If not, you should create one. Save a copy in your Drive, and then you can rename it and so forth later. So you can just double click here and rename it and save it to your Google Drive. And that's how you get started with this. Now we're ready to open the workbook we just saved. So go to File, go to Open Notebook, and whatever name you used, that's the one you want to bring up. I have my own name here. It's called DeOldefyer image. So I'll open that notebook. And in this notebook, if you compare it to yours, you're probably going to find a lot more in this one because I added comments and I added some links for you to go and visit, because they will shed a lot more light on what we're doing. So make sure you check that out. This tells you where you can get the notebook. There's also a YouTube video that details the work of the creator of FastAI, which is Jeremy Howard, and his student who actually created this technique. And also it talks about how deep learning is used in the medical field for detecting microscopic changes in the brain. So that video was given to the Facebook group, and you should check it out. It's a very interesting video, and it talks about the content of this notebook in more detail as well. Now, before you start, make sure you check out that you are on a GPU, okay? So just press that change runtime type and make sure it sits at GPU, okay? So that's the first thing you want to do. This cell here simply imports the Torch library, which is used for PyTorch, and it does a check to see if GPU is available. So we'll run this first, because in deep learning, you want to, particularly for images, you want to be able to parallel process as much as possible. The second thing we need to do, we need to get all the necessary files from the GitHub, and this is the DeOldefyer GitHub repository, and we're going to create a folder called DeOldefyer here on Colab. Keep in mind you have to put this bang sign in front of the command. I think this is specific to, I'm not sure, but I think it's specific to like whether you're on a Linux server or not. Anyways, so it's been cloning the objects here. It tells you, all the details of what it just did. I personally don't want to see this, so I'm going to get rid of it. Then we're going to navigate to this DeOldefyer folder. So that sits under this content folder. Now I need to install a bunch of libraries. And the author of this particular model and his team, they put together this text file that has a list of all the libraries we need in order to run this. So we're simply going to run this pip install. Let's get rid of all this noise here. So let me click the X. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to import the FastAI library, and from the DeOldefyer Visualize library, I want to import everything. There's also a specific Python command for Torch that says Torch backends cudnn.benchmark is true. I put a little explanation for that below, so you can read up on that. And you can simply search Google for this and see what you can find in case you have questions about it. Import the FastAI library and the DeOldefyer Visualize library functionality. So, okay, we're done with that. Next thing is I'm going to make a new directory here on Colab. I'm going to download this PyTorch model, PTHS. That PTH indicates to me it's a PyTorch model, and it's called this. It's going to come from whatever Dropbox he puts this model on. And I'm going to put it into this folder. So it's going to go into models folder, colorize artistic, and it's going to be the name of it. And it's going to have a PyTorch model extension. So let's run that. Again, you're getting a lot of information about what's going on. You can see this incrementer here. It keeps going up. It looks like we have 243 megabytes to download. You can see it here. We created that model. We added it into Colab. Now we want to create an instance of this get image colorizer functionality. I'm not sure what this parameter means. If you hover over here, you'll see the values that are available. But exactly what this means, I'm not sure. You'll have to either go to the GitHub repository or post the question online to figure that out. I'm not sure what that means. Let me run that. So here's some information about some of the parameters you're going to need to consider when you actually run your colorization. And it's been specified here in this little markdown section. So what I want to do now is I want to add my Google Drive so I can access it. So I write this little script, and I'm going to run that. And this is what you normally see. It keeps spinning and spinning because it wants a token. So all I have to do is click here, say yes, it's me. Say yes, I allow you to do all this. And then copy the link. Then I can close this, go back here, Control V, and hit enter. That means I pasted it and I hit enter, and now it's going to try to mount my drive. And here it is. It's mounted right here. Now we're ready to load our images. What I want to do now is I want to show you a little trick that I used in this notebook. It's kind of clever because it uses some built-in functionality that Colab offers you. Here I got a regular code cell. I create a variable v, and what I do is I can say, let me do this. All right, so I have some text. I load it into a variable called v, and then I print it. So I print it says, hello you all. Now, another thing I can do here is I want to dynamically populate this. Google Colab offers you a way of doing that. You click this little cell, you say add a form, go to form, and say add a form field. And you have different choices. You have slider, markdown, or dropdown. I like a dropdown. I'm going to give it a variable name. And I'm going to not allow you to input anything. I only want whatever is available in the list to be available to you. I don't want you to overwrite anything. I'm going to add 2 or 3 values here. I'm going to say value 1. I'm going to say value 2. And I'm going to say value 3. Okay, I'm going to save it. Now, notice over here now, when I click here, I have a drop list, value 1, 2, and 3. When I choose value 2, notice that over here, it updated this variable with that value. So it actually checked it. So what I can do now, I can copy this variable, override this portion, like so, and run it. And now it prints out value 2. So now it's linked to this drop list. So what I can say is value 1, run it, and notice it gives you value 1. Say value 3, run it, it gives you value 3. So now I got a dynamic interface here to my Colab code that I can work with